Doing good, bro. Pleasure to be speaking to you, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's a pleasure to speaking with you as well.
Of course, man. Hey, I see you got your next fight scheduled against uh what do you call it? A former Bo Nickel victim, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true. That's true. Donovan Beard fought Bo Nickel in the Contender Series and got wiped out pretty quickly.
You trying to do
But I
this?
won't. I would love to do the same. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Um, but I won't make. I'll make sure that doesn't uh, give me like thinking it's an easy fight or anything. I
Oh,
take every
right.
opponent.
Nothing's
Yeah,
an easy fight, man. And
at
it's
all. Not in this sport.
yeah. What is it? Shamrock FC?
Yeah, Shamrock FC in St. Charles, Missouri.
That's got to be four straight now, huh? Four or five.
Yeah, it'll be four. It'll be four straight.
So Darian Weeks, bro, what's going on with the FC? Why have they not called you yet, bro? Why have they not called you back?
I don't know. They're making it kind of maybe they're making me see if I can, how bad I really want it. But
To keep it
would they?
going?
I promise you this: they will call me. Whether it be after this one or after the next one or two more, they won't be able to deny it. You know what I mean?
I
They
know,
will have
yeah.
to.
Because listen, bro, people can say what they want about your record in the FC, the 0-3. Context matters, bro.
Yeah,
Context matters. I thought
for sure.
they fucked you over in that last one against
Yeah,
what was it, Lainez? That was
yeah,
some
Johan Lainez.
yeah. And then
Yeah,
the Gary fight. We got to talk about the Gary fight, bro. Because I remember my buddy was telling me he's a Cage Warriors fan, and he's like, dude, this dude Ian
Mhm.
Gary, he's gonna run through the whole division, put all your money on him. I put a good amount of money on Ian Gary, bro. And you know what? When the fight was done, I wasn't convinced he won. You made him look
yeah,
very mid. Now,
yeah.
seeing how far he's gone now, I know moral victories, whatever, aren't a thing, but does that make you feel good? Like, damn, like I probably did better against guys like Jeff Neal and MVP against Ian Gary.
For sure. You know what I mean? It does. It definitely puts stuff in perspective. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I definitely feel like, he came out to be this, oh, big dog. I'm gonna, clear people, finish people, and I definitely made it look like that's never gonna be the case. Especially, and I just think I put in a different light when people are standing across the ring from me. If I'm a fighter that's like, oh, if you're this person that says you can knock people out and
Yeah.
you're gonna finish people and you're dangerous, let me find out. And I stand right in front of you to find out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I didn't run from them. I didn't back up. I didn't walk backwards not one time. I stood right there to see. Let's find out how dangerous you are. And he wasn't willing to put that to the test.
Right. Yeah. And
Yeah,
people again, people love talking about those two fights, the Jeff Neal fight, the MVP fight. No one ever tells about your fight with them, man. And I
I
think
know.
you made it the closest out of anyone. So that's a
Yeah.
great look now, you know? So
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And and as you're saying, yeah, there's no such thing as a moral victory, but at the same time, like there's such things as fight aging well. And
yeah,
that loss that I had, even though it was a loss, it aged well because
very
it
well.
was
Yeah.
a very tough win for him. And now he's at the top five, and I was the person to give him that tough win.
Right. Yeah. And I think that helped him improve a lot. So I think that fight
For
again,
sure.
I saw it and I was like, man, maybe this guy isn't as good as everyone said. And then I think the fight after that was Gabe Green, and he looked like a world beater. I was like, damn, maybe he is that good. So
He
what are
looked like a
your thoughts on?
world beater against Gabe Green. He
Yeah,
freaking molested Gabe Green.
he did, bro. I saw that. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, maybe he is that fucking. Maybe this Darian Weeks guy is that fucking good, and then they fucked you over, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say also in my part in taking the fault, I did do a little less of kind of walking into my destiny at that point. You know what I'm saying? I should have. There's things that I could have did more in those fights, and there's things that I should have walked forward more. There's things that I should have took advantage of, and I may have been slightly hesitant just because of the stage. But I've always prided myself in anything that I've done once. The second time it'll be 10 times better. So once I get back to that stage, I mean, I'm gonna take full control of the reins, and we're gonna see people drop and go down and get beat.
Fuck yeah, bro. And yeah, you only learn from that. So.
Agreed.
obviously the UFC is your goal, which is great. Obviously, we all love money, bro. We all love money. So what? Let's say like one of these, PFL or GFL come at you with maybe a better contract. Are you taking it? Are you like, nah, UFC is where I'm trying to be?
And in a bigger scheme of things, I'm trying to fight the best there is.
Right.
Period. I want to be, if anybody in talks of top fighters or most dangerous fighters or toughest fighters, I just want to be in those talks. Um, and I want to, and wherever that may take me, I would like that. Right now, that is the UFC. Okay, the UFC is the pinnacle,
Yeah.
has the best fighters. I'm 0-3 in the UFC. I would like to redeem that record. I
Yeah.
would like to get some finishes, get some W's, hurt some people, be known on the big stage as this guy can fight. But I will say I'm not I am, open to PFL or GFL coming as well. And, I mean if that seems to happen, I'll go ahead and take what I can get, you know what I mean?
For sure, bro. Yeah. And the landscape of the welterweight division is obviously changed a lot. And I think it's been what, 3 years, huh? Time goes by quick, bro. Who in the
It
top
does.
15 are you looking at? Like, not just matchup. Like, I want to fuck that guy up, bro. Who is it?
Yeah. I guess there's a lot, I would like, I'd like my chance at Kamara Usman, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I I wouldn't mind that, you know what I'm saying? I'd like my chance at um I mean Bilal, I know he's a champion and it's a big beat, but I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it seems like an average champion, you know what I'm saying? He's average fighter to me, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I can take my beat. I'd like my beat back at Ian Gary, you know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like that could be
That could be a score
incredible.
fight, man. Yeah. Again, people probably didn't see that fight, if anything, but people forget, man. You did give him probably the toughest fight out of anyone. So, and he knows that
Period.
too.
He does know that, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so I would like to see that happen again, you know what I'm saying? But, anybody in that division is good, Joaquin Buckley is good. I wouldn't mind, fighting him. We've trained together a couple times. He'd be awesome to fight as well, he's one of my buddies as well, you know what I mean? But, we're never afraid of competition against each other, you know what I'm saying? That's competition. So I
I like
mean, it's
that. Yeah,
just I would just like to get back into the UFC and show these 170ers that I can be dominant, I can be fierce, and I can be strong. And I want
of
them to
course,
know
man.
that.
And I think if you beat this Donovan Beard, I think it's undeniable, bro. I think you're one of the
Yeah.
regional guys that have been in the UFC that people are looking out for more, bro. But
Yeah.
with this Kamaru Usman, bro, you think he's done?
Yeah, I don't know. His last, couple fights, he's had L's, which I mean, he did go up at 185 to fight Hamzat on short notice. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of his last two. Um, you know, uh, it's a thing that's normalized in the UFC when a champion goes on a run and then he kind of loses the belt, he kind of notches down, and which is kind of euphoric is because the way he got his run to the title was Tyron Woodley was doing the same thing.
Yeah,
As Tyron Woodley lost the belt, he was kind of going down and then Kamaru Usman dominated him and then got his chance to go ahead and get the belt. So it's kind of like a theme here, as you see
same thing with
Adesanya. You
Leon
would have
too,
never
man.
thought
Yeah,
3 years ago, you would have never thought Adesanya would get beat by Sean Strickland.
fuck
You'd
no.
have never. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? And
even
he
this
beat the
Imavov. Yeah.
and he beat the skin off of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
What do you think it is? You think it's a mindset thing? Like, oh, I've already done everything I wanted. Like it's I'm good, even if I start losing.
yeah, I call it like full belly syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Like once a wolf gets a kill, you know what I'm saying, and he eats his fill, he's not a ferocious wolf. You can go up to him, smack him with a stick or pop him on the head. He's not looking to bite you to kill you. He may bite you to defend himself, but is he gonna kill you? Who knows? You know what I mean? And that's the same thing as you get when you have these champions. You have these champions that have been champion. They got the top. They're in everybody's, top five list. They're in everybody's favorite fighter and they have a full belly. They got millions of dollars in the bank. And now you're asking them to go out there and fight these guys who don't have that, who are hungry, who haven't made it to the top of the division. And, it gets dangerous, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they probably got that mental clarity, right? Like, hey, man, I could go on a 20 fight losing streak. I've already been there, done all that, everything I want to
Been
do.
there, done that. You know what I mean? So, and it's kind of the same thing that we're seeing from Conor McGregor, where is he going to fight? Is he going to fight? Is he going to fight? There's no reason to fight. I'm a millionaire
I fucking would
and I
want
can
to
do
fight if
whatever
I
I
was him,
want.
bro. I'd be partying every day too.
He's then that's what his mindset's at. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? His mindset's at, hey, I got my millions, I got where I want to be, and I just want to have fun.
yeah.
So
But as somebody who's been a UFC welterweight, hey, old fashioned Joff, come here, bro.
What do you want?
This is my buddy, old fashioned Joff. All right,
What's
and
what's
up,
up,
dude?
old fashioned?
he
How
started
you doing,
training
brother?
recently, and I train too. It's like I love training. He has big aspirations, bro. He wants to be a UFC welterweight.
One day, man. One
Yeah.
day.
So as someone
For
who's
sure.
been that, what advice do you have for him, bro?
The biggest advice, um, in maybe any sport, but especially this sport of fighting, you always have to be your own mental coach. Sometimes you're at the gym by yourself, or you're hitting the bag by yourself, or you're doing cardio by yourself, and sometimes your body's tired. You don't want to do it. You want to quit, or it's day number 5 of you having to go grapple or strike, and you're like, man, I'm so tired. I already did this, 4 other days in a row. You got to push yourself and be like, no, if I want to get to where I want to be, I got to work out even when I'm tired. I got to work out even when I don't want to. I got to box. I got to spar. I got to hit mitts even when I can't even move my arms, or I don't really feel like my cardio is there. You just got to push yourself to do it.
And that is great advice. Thank you. Also,
For sure.
I've been getting a little bit of flack for this because people think it's unnecessary. What do you think about cutting an amateur? Because I'm looking to fight this summer, and right now I'm about 190. Do you think I should just fight at 185 or just go down to 170? I mean, I got a little bit of
I
a
did that. I don't think it's dumb because I used to cut in the amateurs too. You know what I mean? Like I did big cuts in the amateurs. I mean, but it only perfected my cut even more for the pros.
Hmm.
It's going to be hard if you don't cut in the amateurs and then now you want to cut 20, 25 pounds in the pros and you're like, oh, I don't even have the mental fortitude to do this because I've never done this before.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I'd say, yeah, bro, do it. You know what I mean? That's the only way you'll know how your body feels after a cut. That's the only way you're gonna know how mentally tough you are to do that big of a cut. I'd say, yeah, you're smart by doing it now than later.
well, good. Thank you. That's very reassuring.
There you
Oh
go,
yeah,
old
no,
fashioned Joff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're on the right track.
And dream matchups, right? You're talking about Ian Gary, you're talking about Kamaru Usman. What do you think about Keith Lee? That's big
Oh,
for the clout. He's a fighter.
yeah, that would be big for the club.
um, he is a fighter. What's he fighting?
I think it's welterweight, dude.
Well, I mean, after
He
all his
does.
interviews, gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't really watched that guy fight. I mean, but um, I mean, if he's in the welterweight, then he's in the target sites. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if that happens to happen, I mean, yeah, I'm glad to knock him off as well.
Yeah. Bro,
Great.
after you beat
Great.
Donovan Beard, do you ever think about doing some crazy UFC call out, or are you like, nah, I'm gonna keep composed, just keep my head down, do my own thing, and I'll get there.
Yeah, that's kind of the guy I am.
Yeah.
I have never been I've never been one of those guys who insult or who hey, yeah, I got you next, so watch your back kind of
There's a lot
guy.
of material on Ian Gary, and you didn't say anything, so yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I just feel like, you know, um, we're in a sport to where action says a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if I just keep performing like I'm performing and I just keep the consistency that, it's kind of hard to overlook me. But at the same time, I do see the advantages in making a call out like that. And so I have thought about not necessarily being insulting to any one particular person, but, just kind of, making my voice heard like, hey, I'm here 4-0, 5-0, whatever it may be. And, I think I deserve another shot, and hopefully I can find the words to do that. I got another fight set up shortly after Donovan Beard in Canada for a title match.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so hopefully if this Donovan Beard doesn't rocket me to where I need to be, definitely
You already
winning the
got that
title.
set up, bro. Fuck yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's big.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And so hopefully winning the title in a different country helps do that.
yeah, bro. Hey, and Lainez was Canadian, right? You
You
so
know,
beating up some other Canadian, you righting that wrong, bro.
right and that wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's kind of what I think about too. Like hey, I I I unfortunately and undeservingly lost to a Canadian. So
yeah.
beating one up is only right.
Exactly. Bro, my friend had two Benjis on Lay Ness. I remember during that fight. And even he knew that I should not have won that fucking bet, bro. That's some bullshit.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. And that was just so I was that was the only loss. And of course, I thought I thought I won the Barberena fight. I thought I did enough. I